Picture this for a second. You're doing the workouts. You're trying to eat better. You're telling yourself, I'm over 60 now, I just need to accept losing muscle. But what if the real problem isn't your age, it's the timing of what you're taking, and what you're unknowingly taking that's quietly working against you while you sleep? What if I told you that there are certain vitamins that can actually help your muscles rebuild at night, when your body does most of its repair work? And two very common ones that many seniors take thinking they're helping, but are actually slowing muscle recovery down. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what to take, what to avoid at night, and how to finally give your muscles the signal to rebuild instead of break down. Now let's get something straight right away. Muscle loss after 60 is not a character flaw. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because your body is done. It's a biological shift. As we age, our bodies become less sensitive to the signals that tell muscles to grow and repair. That process, called anabolic resistance, means you need clearer, stronger signals to get the same results you once did. And one of the strongest windows for sending those signals is at night, while you're sleeping. That's when growth hormone pulses, inflammation settles, and tissues repair themselves. So what you put into your body in the evening matters far more than most people realize. I'm not talking about magic pills. I'm not talking about bodybuilding supplements meant for 25-year-olds. I'm talking about specific vitamins that support muscle repair, nerve signaling, hormone balance, and inflammation control in older adults. And I'm also talking about two very common supplements that people take at night because they think they're harmless, but they can interfere with sleep quality, muscle signaling, or recovery if taken at the wrong time. Let's start with the first vitamin that can make a real difference when taken at night, and this one surprises a lot of people because it's not marketed as a muscle vitamin. Vitamin D. Most people think of vitamin D as a bone vitamin. And yes, it's critical for bone health. But muscle tissue has vitamin D receptors too. In fact, low vitamin D levels are strongly linked to muscle weakness, poor balance, and slower muscle repair in older adults. Here's the key part most people miss. Vitamin D plays a role in muscle protein synthesis and neuromuscular communication. That means it helps your muscles respond properly to the signals coming from your brain. Now, taking vitamin D at night can be helpful for some people, especially if it's paired with fat from dinner, because it improves absorption. And here's something important. Vitamin D doesn't directly stimulate muscle growth like protein does, but it creates the environment that allows your muscles to respond to growth signals. Think of it like oiling a rusty hinge. Without it, the system works poorly. With it, everything moves more smoothly. For adults over 60, especially those who don't get regular sunlight, vitamin D deficiency is incredibly common. And rebuilding muscle without adequate vitamin D is like trying to build a house on a cracked foundation. But dosage and timing matter. Too much vitamin D, especially late at night, can be stimulating for some people and interfere with sleep. That's why moderate doses, taken with dinner rather than right before bed, tend to work best. And this leads us directly into one of the vitamins that can hold you back if taken at night. One of the biggest mistakes I see is people taking high doses of vitamin B complex right before bed. B vitamins are essential. They help with energy production, nerve health, and metabolism. But they are also stimulating. Vitamin B6, B12, and others play a role in neurotransmitter activity. Taking them at night can disrupt sleep quality, increase nighttime awakenings, and reduce deep sleep. And here's why that matters for muscle. Deep sleep is when growth hormone is released. Growth hormone is one of the most powerful natural muscle-preserving hormones you have. If your sleep is fragmented because your nervous system is overstimulated, muscle recovery suffers. So while B vitamins are not bad, taking them at night can quietly sabotage the very recovery you're trying to support. Now let's move to the second vitamin that can support muscle rebuilding at night, and this one is absolutely critical as we age. Magnesium. Magnesium is involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body. For muscle health, it plays a role in muscle contraction and relaxation, protein synthesis, and nerve signaling. Low magnesium levels are associated with muscle cramps, weakness, poor sleep, and increased inflammation. And here's the key reason magnesium shines at night. It helps calm the nervous system. It supports deeper, more restorative sleep. It reduces cortisol, the stress hormone that breaks muscle down. When cortisol stays elevated at night, your body remains in a catabolic state, meaning it's more likely to break tissue down than rebuild it. Magnesium helps shift your body into a parasympathetic, rest and repair mode. That's exactly where you want to be if your goal is muscle rebuilding over 60. Taking magnesium in the evening can improve sleep quality, reduce nighttime muscle tension, and create a hormonal environment that favors recovery instead of breakdown. Not all magnesium is created equal, though. Forms like magnesium glycinate or magnesium threonate tend to be gentler on the stomach and better for sleep and neurological support. Magnesium oxide, on the other hand, is poorly absorbed and often just acts as a laxative. So if you've tried magnesium before and didn't notice a benefit, it might not be the mineral itself, but the form you were using. Now let's talk about the third vitamin that supports muscle rebuilding at night, and this one is often overlooked because it doesn't get flashy marketing. Vitamin K2. Most people have heard of vitamin K in relation to blood clotting. But vitamin K2 plays a very different role. It helps direct calcium to the right places in the body. That means into bones and teeth, and away from arteries and soft tissue. But here's the muscle connection. Proper calcium handling is critical for muscle contraction. When calcium signaling is off, muscles don't contract efficiently and fatigue more easily. Vitamin K2 also works synergistically with vitamin D. If you're taking vitamin D without adequate K2, you may not be getting the full benefit. Together, they support musculoskeletal health, strength, and recovery. Taking K2 with dinner or in the evening, especially alongside vitamin D, helps support this system while your body is in repair mode overnight. Now, before we move on, I want to address the second vitamin that can hold you back if taken at night. And this one surprises people because it's often associated with relaxation and immunity. Vitamin C. Vitamin C is essential. It supports immune function, collagen synthesis, and antioxidant protection. But high doses taken at night, especially close to bedtime, can interfere with muscle adaptation. Here's why. Exercise creates a small amount of oxidative stress. That stress is not bad. It's the signal that tells your muscles to adapt and get stronger. High doses of antioxidants like vitamin C can blunt that signal if taken too close to the recovery window. In younger people, this effect is smaller. In older adults who already have blunted anabolic signaling, it can matter more. Taking large doses of vitamin C at night may reduce the muscle's ability to respond to training and repair stimuli. That doesn't mean vitamin C is bad. It means timing matters. Taking it earlier in the day is often a better strategy if your goal is muscle rebuilding. Now let's move to the fourth vitamin that can support muscle rebuilding at night, and this one is deeply connected to aging muscle and inflammation. Vitamin E. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant that helps protect cell membranes from damage. Muscle cells are especially vulnerable to oxidative stress as we age. Vitamin E helps stabilize those membranes and support recovery. But unlike vitamin C, vitamin E works more subtly and doesn't appear to blunt muscle adaptation in the same way when taken in moderate doses. Vitamin E also supports circulation and reduces excessive inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the biggest drivers of muscle loss over 60. It interferes with protein synthesis and increases muscle breakdown. Taking vitamin E with your evening meal can help support recovery processes without overstimulating the nervous system or interfering with sleep. Now I want you to understand something very important. Vitamins alone will not rebuild muscle. They are not the builders. They are the support crew. They make sure the environment is right so that when you move your body, when you eat enough protein, and when you sleep, your muscles actually respond. If you're lifting light weights, doing resistance bands, or even bodyweight exercises, these vitamins help ensure that effort isn't wasted. But here's where many people over 60 get frustrated. They do everything right on the surface. They exercise. They take supplements. But they still feel weak. Often, the issue is that something they're taking at night is interfering with sleep quality, hormone release, or muscle signaling. Poor sleep equals poor recovery. Period. You can't out-supplement bad sleep. That's why I always tell people to think about nighttime as sacred recovery time. Anything that overstimulates your nervous system, spikes cortisol, or fragments sleep can quietly undo your hard work. That includes caffeine hidden in supplements, high-dose B vitamins, or even large meals too close to bedtime. So let's bring this all together in a simple way. At night, you want to support relaxation, hormone release, and tissue repair. Vitamins like magnesium, vitamin D in moderate doses, vitamin K2, and vitamin E can support that process when taken appropriately. On the other hand, high doses of B vitamins and vitamin C late at night can interfere with sleep and muscle adaptation for many older adults. I also want to be very clear about something. Always talk to your healthcare provider before starting or changing supplements, especially if you're on medications or have medical conditions. This is about education and awareness, not replacing medical advice. If you're over 60 and you felt like your muscles just aren't responding anymore, don't assume it's hopeless. Often, it's about removing obstacles and supporting the body's natural repair systems. Small changes in timing and selection can make a big difference over time. And remember this: muscle rebuilding at this stage of life is not about chasing youth. It's about preserving strength, independence, balance, and confidence. It's about being able to get up from the floor, carry groceries, climb stairs, and live life on your terms. Supporting your body at night is one of the most overlooked pieces of that puzzle. If this video helped you see muscle health in a new way, make sure to like it, share it with someone who's struggling with strength after 60, and subscribe to the channel. More importantly, take a look at what you're taking, when you're taking it, and how you're sleeping. Because your body is still capable of rebuilding. You just need to give it the right signals at the right time.